So all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Starlight My channel. And we almost a minute in. We're gonna give people a chance, a time just to get in here. Um, so I'll probably stall a little bit, but yeah, getting up on, hooking up, getting right. I'm up in here. This ain't gonna be a long live or nothing like that. I just want to set some things straight for understanding this, and for, everybody that's into this. Well, let me say everybody that need help with this, or everybody that's into this, or trying to understand themselves in that manner. You feel what I'm saying? And what I'm about to talk about. So I'm gonna just sit on it for a second. Give me a second, let people get in here and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one though, but it's gonna be straight to the point and brief because I got stuff to do. But yeah, all right, man. Look, we're gonna get it started. We're 2 minutes in here, but we're gonna get it started. So what I'm talking about today, right, is understanding a couple things. Understanding that when it comes to your sexual energy, right? Hold on. When it comes to your sexual energy, and excuse all the noise and birds out here, I will be talking close to the camera so that y'all can hear me. That usually helps. But check me out. When it comes to your sexual energy, understanding how to utilize it or how to deal with it or transmute it, it's a lot of important key factors that you need to understand. And there's a lot of things that, according to my journey starting out, I didn't fully understand. You see what I'm saying? And I had been through a lot of not turmoil, but I've been not turmoil and like that, but I've been through a lot of situations where you could say somewhat trials and tribulations as far as trying to understand how to actually utilize this energy and transmute it so that I wouldn't be stuck or lost in urges or not feel like I got a way or outlet to actually put that energy into healthily. You see what I'm saying? That I could put into other things. Um, as well as understanding and mastering this energy within yourself and know how to deal with it to yourself and not get lost into it and your desires and urges and all that stuff like that, right? But understanding when it comes to learning how to transmute sexual energy or how to deal with it, the biggest thing you got to understand is the elemental nature. Now, what I mean by that is the actual elemental alchemy of it. Everybody got a different alchemical makeup, period. But let alone specifically talking about this sexual energy, right? So when you look at your sexual alchemy, what I mean is everybody has a certain element of their sexuality. Now you can learn this through astrology. This is one of the biggest ones. You can learn through astrology, aka you look at your eighth house, your eighth and your fifth house, whatever elements those are the modality and energy signature of your sexual energy. Period. The reason why I say eighth and fifth house because eighth house is your sexuality, period. Like that's your sexual energies, period. Like without even acting on it, doing anything, without any sexual act, no sexual act, just sitting there yourself. Whatever arouses you or turns you on, period. Without even doing anything. That's your eighth house. That's like your sexual energy, period. Now when you get in the fifth house, that's how you express your sexual energy. Well, also where your Mars is at too. I want to say that. Also where your Mars is at too. Where your Mars is at is how you express your sexual energy. But your fifth house got something to do with that too. So look at all these elements when you talk about in your chart if you in astrology, and that'll let you know whatever the percentage. Like is it more earth and is it more earth and air? Is it more water and fire? Is it a blend? And then when it is a blend, what which percentage level outdoes the other? Like is water and earth, but the earth kind of is the majority? Is it earth and water, but the earth is the majority? Fire and water, but the air. You see what I'm saying? Just like you gotta know the mentality because when you understand this, it's like if you can know the elemental energy of your sexual energy without using astrology, and I'm gonna get into that right now real quick too, so I can throw that in there. And one of those is just your energy period. When you are in your sexual energy, is it more back to supported by the right brain, aka the fire and water, aka the more internal natures, like emotions and feelings, the vibe, how you feel? Is it the passionate of it? You see what I'm saying? Is it the connection? Is it the connection of it? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You like to connect with it, or is it more strictly external, aka earth and air, aka you like to communicate a lot about it and socialize a lot about your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Is it more so you like to be in a situation where you like to think about it heavily? You know what I'm saying? Is it earthy to the point where you like to keep it either basic and mundane and vanilla, or it can be freaky, but is it a situation where you like to add in a lot of physical things to it, like towards like just you got to know your elemental energy and stuff like that. But astrology was one of the fastest, quickest ways to understand that, and therefore knowing your energy. Now, before I wrap this up, let me get into the whole point of this, right? If you look at your fifth house, your eighth house, and where your Mars is at, and Venus a little bit too, you can add that in there too. But I say Mars more so because that's strictly, that's more directly tied to it. But all these energies, fifth, eighth house, Mars, Venus. When you look at all the houses and energies that these things are in, look at the element or whatever. Damn, shut up. Look at whatever element. You see what I'm saying? Is in these things. Whatever sign these things are in is what I'm saying. And whatever element that sign is, that lets you know what energies your sexual energies deal with. That's why I said before, if you got like me, I got eighth house in water, fifth house in Sagittarius, so that's fire, and then my Mars is Sagittarius as well, so that's fire. So I got a lot of water and fire energies when you talk when it comes to my sexuality or my that area of life for me. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to me trying to be in a situation trying to transmit my energy or transmit my sexual energy or deal with my sexuality and sexual urges, it's important for me to be in a situation where I have to I can't like I need to I had to learn not to always try to focus on planning, scheduling, making things routine. As much as that seems golden and that seems like something you should do, like oh, you learn up these transmutations, you need to be doing this every day. That's true to an extent, but getting more so out of the oh, let me make sure this is this way and write all this down, and I need to do it exactly this way, and I need to do this. I need, I need to do this at this point, and I need to do this at that point. Then it's got to be this time of the day. Like that's too much earth energy. That's too much air and earth. Even when I used to think about it too much, I used to think about stuff beforehand before I did it. Like, okay, I think brainstorm real hard. Like, oh, I'm having a hard time with this. What is it I need to do? And I'm thinking real hard about this and carrying more weight than it need to be. I was using all of the wrong energy signatures. To make it short, I was using all the wrong energy signatures. My sexual energies was more so deprived of, was more so correlated with fire and water, was more so correlated with fire and water, not so much air and earth. But due to the energies of in the other areas of my chart, like me being a sun in Gemini, me having the moon in Capricorn, it was more comfortable for me at the moment to use more of my air and earth energies naturally, but not knowing that that's almost like opposing a lot of the stuff I got going on. It wasn't helping me. You see what I'm saying? I was using too much of one energy that really my sexual energy is one energy. It needed to go in that way. So when I learned, I had to learn that okay, I got to go more off the feeling the vibe. Don't be so technical all the time. Don't always feel like you gotta write this out and plan this out. You can have all these good ways how to deal with sexual energy, but learn how to just have these as tools that you can use when you need them, not something you try to make a routine too much out of and feel like you have to do this because that's encapsulating your energy and that's the energy your sexual energy don't like to be in. So I was naturally using the wrong energy. You see what I'm saying? And so when I learned, okay, stop using that air and earth, that Virgo, aka sitting down and planning and scheduling everything and routine and structure, throw that out the window. You can write these things down, but understand you need to get away from all the structure and all the routine and thinking about it too much and trying to make sense and analyze and be logical about it and writing shit down and planning and structuring too much. You need to focus more so on your internal qualities, aka your fire and water, aka going with the flow, going with your intuition, going with how you feel. You don't need to look at no paper. Just vibe in the day. And if you feel what you feel in the moment, you feel like, right now, I feel like I need to transmute my energy by doing relaxation exercises. Okay, I knew that's my spirit. Let me know I need to do that. Because it's more internal and intuitive when you talk about the fire and water. I'm making this for a reason. When it's a situation when it's like, okay, I know I need to I'm feeling tense right now, and just it's just straight off feel I'm feeling tense right now. Okay, I know I need to do stretches or do whatever, do this, utilize this, do a massage, do a self therapy, like do whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I know I get the feeling, okay, I might be in a situation. I might feel like I need to, in order to transmit this energy right now, this sexual energy right now. I may feel the need. to be more productive. I may feel like, damn, I want to let me work hard on my business and my career. Let me put that into my career, my work, my platform, my purpose. Let me put that into my creativity. Let me put this into my art, my drawing, my creative endeavors. You know what I'm saying? I might be in a situation where I feel like, man, I feel like let me go within, let me meditate. I'm in the mood to meditate. I'm in the mood to jump into my visualization. Like whatever it is, it could be multiple millions of things, but whatever it is, I realized that was the best way and the best pathway for me to utilize my energy because I was not knowing the whole time I was using the wrong energy signature the whole time, not knowing my sexual energy was based upon a whole another set of elements. So I'm using the whole opposite elements and then wondering why I'm not getting the results that I wanted. You see what I'm saying? And that's for anybody. So you may be a situation the opposite of me. You may be more your sexual energies overall, your Mars, Venus, your eighth and fifth house might be more air and earth on a percentage level, right? So if you know they're more air and earth on a percentage level, then you know you might need to be in a situation where you did need to do what I was doing beforehand, before I realized it wasn't working for me. You might need to be in a situation where you're using heavy Virgo energy or heavy Earth energy, aka structuring it out, writing everything down, planning it out how you're gonna do it, having all your different transmutations that you got, whether it's qigong, stretching, yoga, massage, exercise, platform work, purpose, work, career, stretching, whatever the hell you got going on, qigong, whatever yoga, whatever. You might need to write all those things down and make a structure and routine out of it and be like, okay, this day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Because that's gonna actually help your energy because that's the way your energy like to be utilized. You see what I'm saying? And there's always room for expansion, but those are the ways your energy like to be utilized. As opposed to me, I'm being more fire and water. Anybody that's more fire and water when it comes to sexual energy, you need to be more intuitive based. Use more of your intuition and how you feel in the moment and actually just learn how to feel. And all these are awarenesses. So build that energy of developing the awareness of knowing how to just feel what you need in the moment. So then that'll strengthen your clairvoyance and intuition in your sexual center, and that'll help you overall because you're building that awareness. And then before you know it, you'll be damn near done mastered it because you use your element properly because that's what your sexual element truly is anyway. But if you are using the wrong element, yeah, you're still accumulating because you're always doing something, but it's going to take much more longer time to get to your goal and fully understand what you need to do, let alone master it, because you're not even in the right field you're supposed to be in. So it's like you barely even really tapping into your sexual energy the way you need to. You see what I'm saying? From a whole, you kind of send yourself back, and it's going to take a longer of a time to finally get there, and you don't really want to do that. So, like I said again, one more time before I get out of here, because I didn't want to make this long. But if your sexual energies are more air, I'm sorry, if your sexual energies are more fire and water, you need to use more intuition, intuitiveness, learn how to feel what you need to do and what you feel like doing. You see what I'm saying? What you feel led to do to transmute that energy more so in the moment. Don't get so lost into writing things down and planning it out and feeling like you got to make a structure out of a routine out of it. Just go with the flow. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing I had to learn specifically. You see what I'm saying? Especially having the Pisces eighth house, because that don't deal with structure period at all. That strictly is intuition and how you feel. That's why Pisces is going to be like all over the place. But if your sexual energy is that, then you have to utilize it accordingly. You see what I'm saying? You might feel like doing one thing one day. You keyword feel, feelings in your feelings. You might feel like doing one thing one way. You got to go with that flow. You use your intuition to realize you feel like doing this. You do that. You feel like doing that. You doing that. Because really, what it is, the sexual energy center, knowing what it needs at the moment in order to rectify that energy the best way it can. But if you, like I said before, if you were fire and water, I'm sorry, if you were air and earth, not like fire and water, like my energy is and other people, not the yin internal fire and water, but if you more so the air and earth, that's more yang, the more external. So like I said, you are going to be in situations where you want to utilize a lot of structure and a routine and practicality and making routines and structures out of these things and scheduling on a daily basis of how you do these things. Have every, you know what I'm saying? And the more structure you deal with your energies, the more better you'll find ways to rectify that your sexual energy period. But that's all I had to say, bro. I ain't gonna be in here too long. Really too long now. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all being here. If y'all come in and watch the video, like it up, ask any questions you want, I get with you. And peace.